What is up, family? It's been a minute since I've read out of this book. Don't believe everything you think. We are on chapter six. Chapter six: How the Human Experience is Created. So we're gonna get started right away. All right, and thank you so much for tuning into Free World TV. This is Free Your Mind Book Club. Anyway, let's get started. If the only thing people learned was not to be afraid of their experience, that alone would change the world. I agree. At its fundamental level, the human experience is created by these three principles: universal mind, consciousness, and thought. These three principles work together to allow us to experience everything we do in life. If one of the three is missing, we won't be able to experience anything. Sydney Banks first discovered these principles, and now I have the humbling privilege of sharing them with you. Me. I have the humble. I'm honored to share this with you. Understanding these three principles enables us to know how we can alleviate ourselves from suffering, but also allows us to create from source. And source meaning the quantum field, the universe, source, God, whatever you source from within. All right. Universal mind is the intelligence behind all living things. It is the life force and energy that is in all things. It is how an acorn knows how to grow into a tree, how the planets know how to stay in orbit, and how our bodies know how to heal itself when we get cut. So the fact, just thinking about that, just relax and think about that for a second. That knowing that source, that knowing that we're talking about here, that is working with everything, is that power that allows our bodies to heal itself. The fact that our bodies know how to heal itself, it's talking about that. I don't know if y'all can get what I'm saying, but man, I really I really be wanting y'all to understand what I'm saying. It is so hard. I remember when I first got into this stuff and reading books like this, and I got into these type of books after Nipsey Hussle died. And the first book I read that was recommended by Nipsey Hussle was Three Magic Words. I read that book 3 times. Really, really good book. That book, when I read it the first time, I'm like, I have to read it a second time. Because when I read it the second time, it was a totally different book. It was totally different from what I read it when I read it the first time. It's like I got it more. And then when I experienced how better I understand the reading the second time, I decided to read it a third time. Because in that, it was a total different book then. I got it even more. And that's where my I was always on a spiritual journey looking for stuff. But after when Nipsey Hussle died and he was talking about certain books to read, and after I read that book the third time, that's when my spiritual journey like took off. I got more into myself, and trying to figure out this world. Like this shit is confusing sometimes. I realize the more I learn, the more I don't really know shit. Learning is a forever thing. You never run out of shit to learn. I don't know nothing. I like people may think I know a lot. I don't know shit. The more I learn, the more I realize I don't know shit. I'm still learning a lot of shit. I'm blind to a lot of shit, but all of the right shit is going to come to me when the time is right. And I'm going to give it to y'all. Okay? So, we're going to finish here. It's how our bodies know how to self regulate and keep us alive without having to manually do everything, like breathing and beating our hearts. The intelligence that knows how to do all this and is in everything is called the universal mind. Many call this God, infinite intelligence, the quantum field, source, and other names. This is where thoughts come from and everything else in the universe. So the quantum field, thoughts are literally floating right now. You just can't see them. And depending on the frequency you are emitting from yourself, uh a thought that is on that same frequency that you on will come into your mind, and if you decide to focus, it's going, more of those type of thoughts are going to come. So if the thought is high vibrational, if the thought is happiness and things like that, more thoughts of happiness is going to come in, and vice versa. All right. All things are connected by a universal mind. There is no separation between anything, and anytime there seems to be a separation between things, it is merely an illusion of our thinking. So that I truly believe that as well. We are all connected, we are all one, we are all the same. You are me, I am you. You are me, I am you. Sometimes when you start to work on yourself and you start to see yourself and everybody else, you'll be hesitant to judge. You'll still judge a little bit, but you'll be hesitant to do so. You'll be hesitant to do so because it's like, damn, I don't know what they really going through. And when you start to work on yourself and love yourself a little more, you just start to see yourself in everybody. So it's kind of harder to judge. You don't want to judge them because you know some of the circumstances you've been in, and you know people probably judged you when you were in those circumstances, but they didn't understand what you was going through, you know? So you in turn treat people with the respect that you wish people treated you with. You know, not everybody's going to treat you with respect. People only go, people move how they were raised, and based off how their experiences with life is. Okay, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't change anybody. All right. When we are connected to universal mind, we feel whole, fulfilled, filled with love, joy, peace, and inspiration. And that's another thing. I want y'all to understand the word inspiration. When you inspire somebody, when you are inspired, when a person becomes inspired, like me, I'm always inspired. When you are doing something out of inspiration, you are doing something in spirit. You are in spirit. It's like a calling. It's what you're supposed to be doing because you're doing it in spirit. In spirit. Inspire. Same difference. So when you are inspired, it's your spirit, like, hey, your spirit is pulling you towards that inspiration. So you got to kind of look at words as spells sometimes. So I'm inspired a lot about people. So I'm always in spirit. So understand, again, when you are inspired by something, or you have an, when you are inspired by something, it's your spirit pulling you to that inspiration. When you are moving out of inspiration, you are moving in spirit. Inspiration, inspire, in spirit. Okay? Let's continue. It is only when we begin thinking, believing the illusion or ego, that we block this flow of universal mind and begin to feel separated, frustrated, lonely, angry, resentful, and depressed. Well, sad, depressed, and fearful. Those are all the emotions you really don't want to dwell in. It's okay to feel them. We feel them all the time, but don't dwell in them. Don't dwell in them. Because I'm telling you, the mind is so powerful, it will create scenarios and that make so much fucking sense that may not be true. That's how powerful the mind is. Your mind creates. That's why when you focus on, that's why you can't focus on those thoughts that hurt you or that will pull you into a dark place. You can't focus on those thoughts. You can't. You got to just get rid of. You get a negative thought, just be like, that ain't my thought. Who that ain't my thought. Go to another thought. Okay. Universal consciousness. So the last thing I read was it was explaining the universal mind. So we're on to universal consciousness. Universal consciousness is the collective consciousness of all things. It is what allows us to be aware that we exist and aware of our thoughts. Without universal consciousness, we wouldn't be able to experience anything. Our five senses would be useless because there's nothing to be aware of. This is what brings things to life and makes them perceivable to us. And the thing about the five senses, I kind of want to help y'all understand that we are a spirit having a human experience. I need y'all to understand that. See, in order for us to have this experience, this 3D experience that we're having, we need this body. This body is the thing that allows us to touch, hear, smell, feel, the five senses. We can experience the five senses only by having this body. That's why we have this body. We are literal spirits. We're literally invisible. The only way we are visible is through our bodies. We needed this suit, in the only way we can experience this realm or earth is by having this meat suit or this body suit that we're in. This body that you're in is not really your body. And I need y'all to understand that it's not your body. When you die, your spirit's going to go somewhere else. It may go to another dimension. It may go somewhere totally different from Earth, but it's going to go into another body. You might be a rock later. So you treat rocks with respect, or you're going to be a rock just sitting there for eternity. Do rocks die? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just talking shit, but still. You know, your spirit never dies. It just transforms. We don't die. We just transform. We're energy. We're nothing but energy. We're nothing but energy. And we just transform. We transform. Even when we're alive, we transform into new versions of ourselves. And when you actually die in the physical, you transform back into spirit. You're going back home. Like I always say, we are all Jesus. We represent Jesus. When we die, we're going back home. That's Jesus coming back home. Okay? Death is the return of Jesus in every individual. Whether you believe it or not, that's what I believe. That's what I believe. That's what I know. I'm not even gonna say believe. That's what I know. Okay? Okay. Okay, universal thought. Universal thought is the raw material of the universe from which we can create from. It's the object we can perceive through consciousness. Without thought, we have nothing to be aware of. Thought is like the DVD that contains all the information for us to watch the movie on the TV. The TV and DVD player are the consciousness. They allow us to have a mechanism to bring the information on the DVD to life so we can watch and experience the movie. The electricity needed to power the DVD player in TV is the universal mind, in the sense that it is the inevitable energy slash force that connects and powers all things. It is the source from which everything can work and function. And that is chapter 6. So we're going to see. Okay. This chapter focuses on where our mental and emotional suffering actually comes from. The author emphasizes that suffering does not come from life itself, but from the way our mind interprets life. You know, for example, you know, some people, yeah, for example, um, I seen this video one time of this guy saying what's up to another guy. And this guy, he perceived, he interpreted as it was beef, like, what you mean what's up? He like, what you mean what's up? He was ready to go to war off of him saying what's up. But the guy that said what's up, he was really genuinely like, what's up, man? What's up? See, the difference between them is the way they perceive life. This guy A looked at it as, hey, this is a fellow guy, let me speak. Guy B took guys A, hey, what's up, as a threat. So they're in the same place. But up here, they're in different realities. That's how powerful the mind is. You see things differently based off of your experiences in life, you know? External versus internal. We often believe external events, people, or circumstances cause our suffering. In truth, suffering arises from our thoughts and judgments about those events, not the events themselves. So it's the focusing on the bad things that happen that causes you to suffer, because you can experience these things and it doesn't feel right and you don't like it, but when you focus on it and start thinking about these experiences, that's where the stress comes from. That's where the suffering comes from, because you're focusing on the bad thing that happened to you. These things can happen, but there's nothing you can do about it. It already happened. Now on to the next. On to the next. Let's try to work on not focusing on these things, because a lot of times, you ever been driving in a car and somebody going slow and you piss the fuck off. You pass them and they far behind, but you all the way up to here still pissed off at what happened back there. You're causing you are creating a bad experience for yourself. It's not their fault. You're the one still focused on it. You pissed off like, this motherfucker, you calling people, this motherfucker just cut me off and this and that. But you don't even know where they at now. They probably at home and you don't know where they live. This experience or this event happened about 20 minutes ago. And you are the one still focused on it. It's not their fault. It's you. You the one focused on it. So understand, this is where we have to take accountability about the circumstances that we, or the place that we are at in life. Our own circumstances is from all of the choices that we made prior to this moment. Every choice I made prior to this moment got me right here at this moment. Understand it. You gotta look deep into things, man. I fucking love this book. I fucking love this book. Like I said, if you really are interested in reading this book, because this book is definitely helping me. It helps you understand deeply about the mind and about how your thoughts really not your thoughts. Don't believe everything you think. If you are interested in this book, I got this off the TikTok shop. And I do not regret it. I do not regret it at all. It's definitely helping me. It helps me in real time, to the point where sometimes when I'm going about my day, excuse me, I'm so sorry for doing that. I apologize for doing that. I almost didn't think I was on camera. But yeah, it definitely helps me. I be noticing when I'm like changing, like when I'm making a better choice in my thoughts. Like I be at work sometimes and I will get mad, then I catch myself because I'm thinking about this book that I'm reading. Like this I'm telling you, this is one of them ones. This is one of them ones. Okay, thought as the root. Pain such as loss, rejection, or disappointment is natural, but suffering is optional. Like I just said, feeling these things, like I said, life happening to you, you can't control that. Life is just going to happen. It's your reaction that creates the experience that you will feel next. It's the reaction. Like the suffering is optional. If you decide to focus on what this bad action that happened to you, that's on you. Because focusing on this bad action will only open the door to suffering. Understand that. Suffering begins when we create stories in our minds, replay events, resist reality, or attach meaning that keeps us stuck. Yes, 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 yes. Attachment and resistance. The more attached we are to how we think life should be, the more we suffer. That is true. A lot of people suffer because they feel the need to control everything around them. It's your need to feel like you have to control everything that is causing you stress, that is causing you to suffer. You don't need to control everything. You can't control everything. You can't control life happening to you. You can't control things and experiences being thrown at you. You can only control your reaction to it. I keep saying this. This is like common sense now. Y'all done heard me say this so many times. Y'all should know this. This should be instilled in you. Your reaction holds all the power. Resisting what is happening in the present moment intensify emotional pain. Like if you get hurt and you try to resist going through those emotions, it's going to hit you in the end. I'm telling you, it's going to hit you. You just got to sit there and go through it. Once you get through it, you conquered it. You got to get through it. Therefore, the next time something like this comes along, piece of cake. I can handle this anger, this sadness I'm about to go through. I can handle it because on the other side is going to be a new me. And I can't wait to meet that bitch. Hey, bitch. I love you, bitch. You are a beautiful individual that creates happiness. That's what bitch means to me. So whenever I'm called a bitch, I say thank you. I appreciate that compliment because I am a brilliant or beautiful individual that creates happiness. But I can also be a beautiful individual that creates havoc. Okay? That's your choice. Anyway, alrighty. Ego and identity. The ego thrives on problems and narratives. Why me? This isn't fair. I can't handle this. By identifying with these thoughts, we unknowingly fuel ongoing suffering. When difficult situations arrive, notice the difference between what happened, the reality, and what you think about what happened, the interpretation. So yeah, that is a problem. That's what caused a lot of havoc in a lot of relationships. And I ain't only talking about romantic relationship. It could be any type of relationship. But that's what causes havoc because we sometimes what happened, we look at the reality. We go off what we interpret what happened, not what really happened. You know what I'm saying? So that's very, very common. I'm telling y'all got to get this book. This book is crazy. I like it. By separating the two, you can reduce unnecessary suffering, and that is true. That is very true. When you acknowledge that, okay, I'm mad off of my interpretation of this situation. You know, let me just sit, not be emotional, and think. Why am I feeling this way? Look at the reality of the situation. Suffering diminishes what we allow life to unfold without resistance and stop clinging to rigid experiences. Suffering is created in the mind, not by reality itself. Recognizing that difference is the first step to inner freedom. Okay. And that is the end of that. We are on chapter 7 now. So next time we we are going to be reading chapter 7, which is called If thinking is the root cause of suffering, how do we stop thinking? I am very curious to know that. And this not too long of a chapter. So we're going to be reading this one next. Not sure when I'm going to be. You know what? I'm probably going to read this book tomorrow. I'm going to read this book tomorrow, and I'll have a video ready tomorrow. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in to Free World TV. And as I always say, through every struggle, a statement is made. It's your girl Free, and I'm out.